Okay, this is Jerika Townsend,
Brandy Alexis.
and we are currently at Winn-Dixie. It is 10:06 in the morning. This is for ANS 2002, and we are going to purchase some ground beef.
Okay. We decided to go with ground beef chuck. It is 80% lean, 20% fat. It is stored in 32 degrees temperature Fahrenheit.
It's a pretty good temperature.
We are going to feed 4 people. That is the reason why of the size of the ground beef chuck.
And it costs $6.34, which is not
And
bad.
it's about, how many pounds? 1.270 pounds.
Okay, awesome. We're going to take that home and cook it and make some spaghetti sauce. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, our ground beef chuck, which is ground, not intact, because you see the little squigglies on it. We think that it was wrapped up here at the retailer instead of maybe sent over like meat such as this. So we think Winn-Dixie actually wrapped up the meat, as you can see. Okay. That's good.
We are now home, so we are going to store our meat in the refrigerator. Our refrigerator temperature shows that 9 is the coldest, so we are stored at 9. We're going to put it in here because we're not going to use it yet, and that's it.
Okay, the refrigerator is currently on 5 and 9 is the coldest, so 5 is a good temperature. Okay. Hey, I'm Jerika Townsend,
And I'm Brandy Alexis.
and we are the Sizzling Sisters. Okay, earlier today we bought ground beef chuck, and it is now about 5 o'clock, and we are gonna cook it for you and make some spaghetti sauce. So Brandy is going to clean our pan.
Okay, so before we can actually start cooking, first thing to sanitation is to make sure our pots and our hands are clean. So we're going to start with our hands all the way to our elbows, singing our happy birthday in our head. I have my dish soap.
Hand soap. I'm also going to get some hand soap. That's good. Thank you.
As you can see,
The water is really hot. And do we?
so now that we washed our hands, we are now going to dry.
Thank you.
Dry our hands.
Everything is sanitized.
Our hands are sanitized now.
Almost.
Now, we have to sanitize our utensils that we're going to use to cook our meat.
While Brandy is washing our utensils, I'm going to get out our ground beef chuck. So like we said earlier, this is our ground beef chuck. As you can see, the chuck has been ground because of the little squigglies. And earlier, we also said that we think that Winn-Dixie, our retailer, actually wrapped it themselves because it looks like it's been wrapped in a little tray. Awesome. Okay. So now everything is clean. The only thing we're using is a spatula and a pan, no bowls, no unnecessary mess, and we're going to start cooking.
So now what we're going to do is unpackage the meat. Okay, we unpackaged the meat. Now we're going to drop the meat into
The pan.
the pan.
See? Just like so. And we are going to put the cooking temperature on medium high.
Medium
I
high.
say medium high would be good. And we're going to start the cooking process.
Okay, as you can see, we have our seasoning here. So first, we're going to put a little bit of salt just on top of the first layer.
You hear that sizzle?
Okay. After you pour, maybe some lemon juice.
It's kind of our special recipe. Secret recipe. Don't tell nobody.
Add a little, just a cup. Not a cup. A capful. Nothing major. Sprinkle that thing on the meat.
We're also going to add a little pepper to the meat. Okay. Ooh, this is going to be some good ground beef, y'all. And some seasoned
salt.
Okay, just a little bit is all you need.
Then we got our another season. This is handmade. I made this myself.
As you can see, we do not have the spaghetti sauce out yet because we don't want it to kind of get warm. We want it to stay cool in the fridge for, health purposes.
For health purposes, so we're ready to actually use the salt.
Exactly. So the meat is cooking. It's sizzling. It's smelling nice so far. And in a little while, we're going to break up the meat, chop it up, and we'll have some good old ground beef chuck. Okay, so our meat has been cooking for a couple minutes now. As you can see, the bottom is starting to get a little brown. So what Brandy is doing is she is going to break up the meat. And if we didn't want to make spaghetti sauce or spaghetti out of this, you could grind it together and make hamburgers. You can make taco for taco night. But for these purposes, we're going to try to break up the meat as much as we can. Make it all brown. We don't want no pink in this meat, no pink at all. And we're going to make spaghetti sauce with it. As you can see, I'm kind of breaking apart the meat in a more aggressive manner. Some people are gentle when they break apart their meat, but in my culture as well as Brandy's culture, we actually like to beat our meat.
Also, as you can see, you see the pink. We're trying to fully cook the meat. We have it on, there's a reason why we have it on medium high. The reason why it's on medium high, because if you put it too high, then your meat is going to start to burn, and it won't be fully cooked to get rid of the pink part, because the pink part is not cooked. We don't want rare, we don't want,
rare
meat. We're trying to have it fully cooked. That's the purpose of having it on medium high instead of high.
Yeah, so medium high and beat your meat.
Okay, so as you can see, you don't really see any pink right now. There's a few pink in the meat, but we're trying to make sure it's fully cooked. It's been on the stove for about 5 minutes now. We're going to give it at least 10 more minutes to cook. As we're doing that, we're still going to add a little bit more seasoning. That's what my culture likes to do. We like to make sure our food is well seasoned.
Season your meat. Nobody likes a bland meat. You season that meat.
Okay. So right now we're gonna keep making sure that the meat is where it needs to be. Now that the heat is starting to die down, I'm gonna add a little temperature to it, just so your meat don't burn, but it's fully cooked all the way through. And after I'm done with this, then we're gonna add our sauce.
Okay, as you can see, our meat is fully prepared. Now we are ready to add our sauce. We are adding ragu, extra flavorful. In our culture, we love our flavor. So we're going to add it to our meat. And we are going to make this spaghetti sauce. and we like a meaty spaghetti sauce. That's why we don't add too much sauce, but just enough so you can taste it. Okay, in the final stages, this is our finishing product. It's simmering. It's nice. It smells beautiful. I wish y'all could smell it. My name is Jerika Townsend.
And I'm Bramy Alexis.
And we are the
Sizzling
Sizzling Sisters.